Hello everybody, so today I'm going to be telling you all about the books that I plan to read in the month of March. For my reading plans, I feel like I might be expecting too much of myself because there are so many things I want to do. I'm not going to mention a few of the books that I really want to read this month because I'm keeping that secret for a video that I'm currently filming and I'm really excited about it, but I'm going to tell you about like the rest that I'm going to read anyway. I also want to participate in the Koreadathon, which is hosted by Monica Kim and Books with Chloe. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to go because I feel like it's going to be a lot, but I am determined. I'm just going to focus on reading for the entire month, I think, and try and make that like my top priority apart from like work and stuff. So I will get into the books that I really want to read for the Koreadathon first. Now I have not got all of the books that I plan on reading for the Koreadathon yet. I will be getting them, but I just don't have them physically, and I will be listening to like an audiobook as well. So obviously because I am participating in the Koreadathon, the first book that I'm going to read is the group book, and that is Winter in Soksho by Alyssa Shua Desapin. And thankfully I have already wanted to read this for a really long time, or like at least a few months, and so I already had this on my bookshelves, which was really nice, and I planned to pick it up soon anyway. And then I saw the Koreadathon was happening and it's kind of like perfect timing. I don't know too much about this book apart from it's set in a town which is on the North Korean and South Korean border, and it also features a French Korean woman. So I don't think this one is translated from Korean. I think it's translated from French technically, but regardless, I've heard really good things about it. I love the cover for this. Like, it looks like a postcard and I think it's just really cool. So the second prompt is to read a book translated from Korean, and so for that one I'm going with The Vegetarian. Again, this book is on my TBR for this year anyway because it was recommended by a friend for me for the 12 books recommended by 12 friends challenge that I'm doing this year. So I really wanted to get to it this year anyway, and I thought I may as well during the Koreadathon because it kind of is perfect for that as well. So I'm really excited about this. I've heard great things. I think it was published in like 2016, so it is a bit of a backlist title, but I do remember seeing a lot of hype surrounding it when it first came out. So I am pretty excited for this one. The next prompt is historical fiction, which I'm going to be reading Pachinko for. I will be listening to the audiobook for this one throughout the week, so I have something to listen to when I'm not physically reading as well. And this book also fits the prompt of featuring a Korean diaspora character. For the Korean diaspora character, while we're at it as well, I'm either going to include Pachinko and just kind of double up on the prompts there, or if I'm feeling adventurous and if my reading goes to plan, I might start Wicked Fox by Catchall, and I have been meaning to read this for years. I started reading it like a few years ago technically, like yeah, I got up to page 30 and I didn't like DNF this or anything per se. I think I was listening to the audiobook, and at the time I really was not good with audiobooks and being able to concentrate on them, and so I kind of just like let it go. But I really want to pick this one up again, and I mean maybe I'll listen to this one on audio, but I'm just mostly keeping this one as an option just in case. The next prompt is a award-winning novel, and this book that I've chosen also fits for the celebrity recommendation prompt as well, and this one was recommended by Jisoo from Blackpink, and I love Blackpink. One of my favorite bands ever, probably my favorite K-pop band. Like, I'm obsessed. This one is Shoko Smile, and I've heard really good things about this one. It's a bunch of short stories exploring joy and heartbreak, and one of them, for example, is about the fraught friendship between a Korean girl and a Japanese girl unfolding over 13 years. There's another one about a Korean family and a Vietnamese family being neighbors. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of stories in here, but overall I've heard it's really good. I'm very much excited for it, And yeah, this one fits a couple of prompts as well, so this one will be a double up. And then for the prompt to read a webtoon or a graphic novel, I have decided to go with Sweet Home, which is a thriller by Kanbi Kim, and I am kind of intrigued about this one. On the app that I'm using, which is literally just called Webtoon, you can only read like one chapter a day, I think. So I'm going to obviously start off with the first chapter and then probably read one every day. I'm obviously not going to finish the webtoon because there's over 100 chapters and I can't actually read them anyway. And it'll be my first ever webtoon. Like, I've never read a webtoon before, but this one sounds really interesting, so I'm just going to read the summary. So it says, after an unexpected family tragedy, a reclusive high school student is forced to leave his home, only to face something much scarier, a reality where monsters are trying to wipe out humanity. Now he must fight alongside a handful of reluctant heroes to try and save the world before it's too late. So that is my Koreadathon TBR. Hopefully I get through them. We'll see how I actually go, because I feel like it's a little bit ambitious, but that's okay. And then the other books that I really want to get to for March. So the first one is for my personal kind of like friend book club, and this one is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I still cannot believe that I haven't read this book. This has been on my radar literally since I think I started like book blogging. Like, it's been so long since I wanted to read this book, and I don't know why I just haven't already. Honestly, like, it's ridiculous. I hear the writing in this is absolutely gorgeous and just really lyrical and magical, and I'm so excited for it. I've heard like nothing but really positive things about this, and I know it has a bunch of different perspectives. I think there's different times, like time frames happening as well. I think there's like kind of a lot going on in here, especially for a fantasy as well, but I still have heard like nothing but amazing things. I'm so excited for this. Next up, I really want to read Homebody by Rupi Kaur. This one is the gorgeous cloth bound edition, and this is a poetry collection, and it's got like illustrations and everything as well, which look really pretty. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but I have seen this author's work around a fair bit. I haven't actually picked anything up by Rupi Kaur before, I don't think. I know that this author was getting a lot of hype like 3-4 years ago, in particular when Milk and Honey came out. I have heard really good things about this writing, and I had a flick through and like read a few of the poems before I got it, and I think I'm going to like them. So I'm going to probably read a few, or maybe even just the whole thing in one time, but hopefully I get to this soon, and I think I'm going to enjoy it. And then the final book that I really want to read in the month of March is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I've actually already started this one. I am about like 70 pages in at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it. I never intended to pick this one up originally because I do not know anything about Star Wars. I think I've seen like 2 Star Wars movies in my entire life, and I don't know anything about the ship that this was apparently written around, Reylo. I'm not gonna lie, the fact that this was Star Wars fan fiction did put me off at first, and that's why I haven't picked it up until recently. However, when I started seeing hype from people who weren't necessarily Star Wars fans and they were really loving this book, I thought maybe I'll give it a chance. Like, maybe I'll like it even if I'm not like a Star Wars fan. So fingers crossed. I know this one explores like academia and is about a PhD student who ends up accidentally fake dating her professor, and yes, hopefully I really enjoy it. Like I said, I'm only like 70 pages in so far, but I'm having lots of fun at the moment. We'll see like how it goes, but Yes. Alright, so that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below if you have any recommendations or whether you think I should get to any of these first in particular. Remember to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel if you want more content from me as well. I talk about books on here and I also stream at twitch.tv/tkitty with 2 Ys, and I'll leave all of my socials down below. I hope you have a fantastic day or night and I'll see you all next time.